John, and this is my
Eric.
Eric. And here's our Lab 3 Part 1. This is a Charlieplexing with a switch. Sorry about this. Switch not here yet, but we can still demonstrate it. Simple. Just by grounding them. Okay? That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 and 6. There we go. Those are the Charlieplexing. Now, if we actually had the switch, we would have done the switching thing, but we can't do that right now. Anyway, let's go to the code. It's quite simple right here. Here we defined our pins that we're going to use. These are output pins, and this is our switch mask. And here we have initially our Charlieplexing. Since we're using port D and port C, we enable clocks on those ports, and we set all the inputs. Remember to put in the DSC all to 0, so you're not driving out. We go down, set our inputs right there. Then here we go. Now we want to get input from the switch. In order to do that, we go to this function here, and we declare our input variable right here, which will read PDIR, and then end it with the switch max. So now we know it only takes the inputs of the switch. We know those ports are only like 0 or 1. Yeah. And then we shift it all to 5, because from where they are like 5 bits up, so it'll be a bit hard to read them. So I have to shift them down 5 times so that I can be able to read them. And from there it'll be a simple if statement. So if the input is 1, so that bit 1, you'll turn a 1. Same thing with 2, 3, 4, all the way to 6. And I'll go into set LED, which will read that value. And if it's 1, it will set the output ports, port D and port C. Of course, for in this case, in LED 1, we're gonna have port C, pin C10, pin C10. Everything's gonna be tri-stated. We set up as input tri-stated, and then D1 and D2 will be our output pins as a normal setting. And we're going to drive one of them high, but in this case it will be D1 high, and then D2 low, which will light up the LED. And the same thing goes on with each and every one of them. As we'll need for each and every one of them, we'll have to set which one is the tri-state, which one is output high or low, so that we know which way the current's going. Straight through out. And we just put them here in our function. Simple and straightforward. I just print out what LED. All good.
So now we proceed to Lab 3 Part 2. Okay, let's start the program. Okay, on the KT terminal you can see that the ADC channel 9 shows 0 volt for the detected input. So now we try to adjust the variable resistor, see is there any changes to the output. So you can see on the KT terminal the voltage is increasing, and here it shows a voltage of 1.6 volt. Okay, let's see our program code. So here's our coding. Before we start using the ADC, we have to calibrate it. Then we initialize ADC, do conversion for the input, and calculate the voltage from the input. So here is our main program.
Okay, now we proceed to part 2 for the light sensor part. So this part we're going to use light sensor to detect the light levels. So on the KT terminal we can see that it shows the light levels of 800 something when there's very low light source. So now we try to put a light source near the light sensor. So you can see that the value is decreasing when we put the light source near to the sensor. Then now it reached a value of around 50. So we try to move away the light source, then the value is increasing back until 800 something. So here is our code. We have to initialize the ADC, then to calibrate the ADC before using it. This part is doing the conversion for the light detected by the light sensor. So here's our main program. It's basically display the light levels on the KT terminal. Okay, now we proceed to lab 3, part 3, which is combining the ADC converter and the Charlieplexing LED. So now you can see that when the light source is around 800, the LED 6 is light up. So now we're putting a light source to the light sensor. Okay, so you can see that the LED is changing when the light levels is changing. Okay, so when it reaches a value, a very low value, then you will turn off all the LEDs. So here is our coding. It's basically the same as the previous part, which is using the ADC, and here's our Charlieplexing LED part. So this is the main program that runs the LED, light up LED, depends on the light levels. So when the light levels is greater than 700, LED 6 will light up. When the light levels is greater or equals to 600, LED 5 will light up, and so on. So that's all. Thank you.